Unfortunately, there is no way to launch a chemical rocket from Earth that would intercept the new interstellar object 3I Atlas before it reaches perihelion on October 29, 2025, since its retrograde motion will bring it up to a velocity of 98 kilometers relative to Earth, a few times faster than our fastest rockets. Nevertheless, this relative speed is still 3,000 times lower than the speed of light, allowing us to easily reach 3I Atlas with a light beam. Should we send a message to 3I Atlas from one of the radio telescopes on Earth? This would have made sense if we knew that 3I Atlas is a technological spacecraft carrying some form of intelligence, be it natural or artificial. We could consider this radio signal as a way to start a conversation on a blind date with an interstellar visitor to our backyard. Whether we take advantage of this opportunity depends on the answers we give to two follow-up questions. First, is there intelligence on 3I Atlas that might comprehend our message? Speaking to an icy rock makes little sense. Second, if 3I Atlas harbors alien intelligence, that entity might perceive our artificial light beam as a threat and respond violently, as if we were predators. On November 16, 1974, the Arecibo radio telescope broadcasted an interstellar radio message carrying basic information about humanity and Earth towards the globular cluster of stars Messier 13, which is located 22.2 thousand light-years away. Sending a radio signal to a civilization that might be located so far away is far less risky, as it would take that civilization a long time to respond to us, even at the speed of light. But a visitor to our backyard, like 3I Atlas, can easily enter our home planet, Earth, within a travel time of less than a few months, by Christmas 2025. As of now, we cannot assess with great confidence whether 3I Atlas is a natural dust-rich comet with no gaseous tail on an extremely rare trajectory, or perhaps a technological object on a path that was designed to align with the ecliptic plane of the planets around the Sun. All we know is that 3I Atlas exhibits a rare 0.2% probability alignment of its retrograde path with the ecliptic plane, and that its arrival time is perfectly matched for a close encounter with Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, with a 0.005% probability, as discussed here. On the Loeb scale, recently defined with explicit criteria in a paper that I co-authored with Omer Eldadi and Gershon Tenenbaum, accessible here, we gave 3I Atlas a rank of 4 Asaur, where 0 is the default value for a natural object, and 10 refers to an artificial object. If humanity were to message 3I Atlas and receive a response, its rank would immediately jump from 4 to 10. During an exchange with 3I Atlas, we could use the Turing test as a measure of the intelligence with which we communicate, as long as the two sides develop a common language for communication. Our side of the communication channel can be assisted by our most advanced artificial intelligence systems to decode the messages we receive. But as anyone who went on a blind date knows, exchanging text messages could be a very different experience than an actual encounter in person. Physical measures of interstellar visitors are as ambiguous as they are in blind dates among humans. For example, recent imaging of 3I Atlas by the Hubble Space Telescope revealed a glow ahead of the object, but no bright tail of gas and dust behind it, as often observed for comets. See details here. In addition, spectroscopic measurements show no evidence for molecular or atomic gas accompanying this glow. See related papers here, and here, as well as the discussion about water ice here. But even if 3I Atlas showed a large non-gravitational acceleration without a cometary tail, as observed for the first interstellar object, 1I Oumuamua, see data here and here, astronomers would argue that it is a dark comet, an oxymoron used to describe an object that shows non-gravitational acceleration without a corresponding cometary tail. See a related discussion here. This brings us back to the question, should we message 3I Atlas to find out, once and for all, whether it carries intelligence? It would be prudent to wait until 3I Atlas reaches perihelion, with the expectation that if it is a natural comet, it will erupt in enhanced outgassing, as a result of its intensified illumination by the sun. This could inform us beyond any reasonable doubt that 3I Atlas is natural, bringing its rank to 0 on the Loeb scale. On the other hand, if 3I Atlas will execute an unexpected maneuver at the time of its closest approach to the sun, when the solar gravitational assist can amplify the thrust of its engine, we would still have time to engage with 3I Atlas long before it, or any mini-probes it releases, will reach Earth. On blind dates, it is wise to observe the other side before starting a conversation. Here's hoping that our encounter with 3I Atlas will be as boring as dating an icy rock, or as uplifting as meeting the smartest student in our galactic class of intelligent civilizations. Let's pause for a few seconds and give me a like. For this video, thank you so much. As we stand on the precipice of this cosmic rendezvous, the James Webb Space Telescope emerges as our most potent ally in unraveling the enigma of 3I Atlas. With its unparalleled infrared vision, JWST could peer through the veil of dust and glow that Hubble has already hinted at. A forward-facing aura, devoid of the telltale gaseous tail that defines comets. Imagine the thrill of discovery as JWST captures spectral data, potentially revealing hidden signatures of exotic materials or engineered propulsion, echoes from a civilization that dared to traverse the galactic void. This isn't mere science. It's a heartbeat-quickening quest that stirs the soul, reminding us of humanity's innate yearning to connect with the stars. Yet let's not overlook the moon, our silent sentinel in space, a domain I've devoted years to studying. The lunar surface, with its pristine vacuum and far-side isolation from Earth's radio chatter, offers an ideal platform for advanced observatories. Picture a network of lunar radio telescopes, shielded from interference, beaming messages toward 3I Atlas as it slingshots past perihelion. My research on lunar regolith and potential resource utilization underscores how we could establish such outposts swiftly, turning the moon into a bridge for interstellar dialogue. The emotional weight is profound. The moon, once a symbol of our boldest leaps, could now host the instruments that either confirm our solitude or ignite a galactic awakening. The risks, however, evoke a primal fear, the unknown predator lurking in the shadows of the cosmos. If 3I Atlas harbors intelligence, our signal might invite scrutiny or worse, retaliation. Recall the Arecibo message, a whisper into the abyss, safe in its distance. But this visitor hurtles at 60 kilometers per second, aligned improbably with our ecliptic plane, brushing Mars, Venus, and Jupiter in a trajectory, defying natural odds. Its retrograde path, older than our solar system, whispers of deliberate design, perhaps from the Milky Way's thick disk. On the Loeb scale, it's a solid 4, teetering toward revelation. The absence of outgassing, the frontal dust ejection, these anomalies fuel a hope that's almost intoxicating, a chance to shatter our isolation. Emotionally, this tugs at our core, the dread of vulnerability, mixed with the ecstasy of possibility. What if 3I Atlas is a beacon, carrying knowledge to elevate us? Or a harbinger of doom? Prudence dictates observation first. Wait for perihelion's solar glare to test its nature. If it erupts in cometary fury, we sigh in relief, ranks dropping to 0. But should it maneuver unexpectedly, amplifying thrust via solar gravity, our hearts race toward action. Redirecting NASA's Juno probe for an intercept, as proposed, could yield close-up truths before any probes it deploys reach Earth by early 2026. In this galactic blind date, hesitation could cost us eternity's greatest conversation. Let's harness JWST's gaze and lunar vantage points to probe deeper, messaging with caution, but unyielding curiosity. The universe beckons. Will we answer, or let fear eclipse wonder? Our encounter with 3I Atlas isn't just scientific, it's a profound emotional odyssey, one that could redefine humanity's place among the stars, filling us with awe that lingers long after the object fades into the night.